the decision making on the kind of clothing and the kind of changeovers you want to have at checkpoints. All these are key aspects of ultra running in altitude or higher altitude or regions like Leh or Arunachal Pradesh, right?
Welcome back to another heart-pounding episode of Race Above FitCast, powered by Easier Health Now, Education Now, Pay Later. In today's episode, we are having an adventure that will send shivers down your spine as we uncover Yuvaraj Patil's unforgettable experience of running on a frozen lake and setting a world record. Join us as we delve into the thrills and chills of this remarkable feat and explore the mind of a true ultra runner. What is your favorite part in long distance running? What type of person are you? A morning person, an evening person, or a late night runner?
I just don't have a choice, to be very frank. If it's an ultra run and if it's gonna last for 24 hours or 30 hours, I have to be every hour person. But yeah, during training runs, I stick to morning runs. I have, if I have an event coming up, then I schedule 3 runs in a week. It could be anything between 10, 15 and 30, or 15, 20 and 35 as and when the event comes closer. So I tend to wake up in the mornings and finish my runs since it's a working day and you have to get back to work as well. So yeah, early mornings, I would say.
Okay, that's great. What kind of pre-race jitters have you gone through in your long distance running career?
Yeah, so one is definitely when will the race start? I'd be just like, it's very restless for, because we know that we'll be lasting that longer and we have to last that longer, right? And that's a big question we have. We may last that number of hours, but will we be able to cover the kilometers in those number of hours? Because every ultra running, when it comes to trail running especially, there are checkpoints wherein you got to be at the checkpoint in so and so time, okay? Because it's a mountain area, mountain region, and even if any rescue team has to start their process to rescue any runner, it's going to take a long time, at least 3-4 hours to get to you. So that is when these checkpoints ensure that a runner who is crossing a checkpoint in so and so time is eligible to move ahead. Otherwise, they stop you right there. So definitely the checkpoints, crossing the checkpoints in so and so time is a challenge. And running in the night, and that can give you spookiness. It can go crazy. Running in the night alone with the torch, all you see and hear is your footstep and nothing, nobody else. And it can be in any of the jungles you may be running. So I think that can scare you to, I would say, hell, not dead, but yeah.
Okay, I'm sure that would be very scary especially to run alone at late night runs. Okay, can you share your experience in running in different terrains and elevations, as you've run many ultra runs and trail runs as well? So I'm sure you might be having some for us.
Yeah, so I do both road running as well as trail running. I've also done the beach ultra, so just for the experience of it. Now, when it comes to altitude, you can do altitude races in North as well as South India, okay, as well as East India. Okay. But the kind of climatic conditions that you may face in South is different from what you might face in the East and North India, right? Especially Leh. When it comes to Leh, it's a different ball game. In Leh, when we were running, we are always asked to, land a week in advance so that you get used to the climatic conditions, because the oxygen levels are lesser when you climb the altitude. and acclimatization is something you need to focus on. If you do not acclimatize to the conditions there, then it's going to get difficult for you to run uh, those distances there, right? So second is the cold factor that can kick in. You have to be equipped with kind of clothings that you need to wear. It need not be heavy again. The decision making on the kind of clothings and the kind of changeovers you want to have at checkpoints, all these are key aspects of ultra running in altitude or higher altitude or regions like Leh or Arunachal Pradesh, right? So it is, a good learning experience for you if you're targeting some global races wherein you may face the same kind of conditions, right? Um, Terrains are, most of the trail runs are very technical. It need not be a well-laid trail, but it's just a route that you can see and you can pass through. That is a challenge you'll have to see when it comes to trail running, and that's how you choose your gear in those terrains. So your gears will change when it comes to different terrains, right? Like normal road running, you did not use a trail running shoe. So trail running shoe will have studs or spikes on it, right? And recently, I'm just back from Leh, and we ran the world's highest half marathon at Pangong Lake, right? And it was awarded the Guinness World. So running on ice was something different, right? So we had to either have a trail shoe or a sport shoe, normal road running shoe, but at the same time, there were people who wanted to use cleats, which would help them run on ice. So all these, factors will kick in when you tend to pick up different terrains, right? So this was a good learning experience, and I think if you're targeting for ice ultras, just like the one that happens in Antarctica, this is something you could always run in your country and look forward to those events in future. So, yep.
So, how was your experience in running on a frozen lake? I guess that was the world record happened for the first time, if I'm not mistaken.
Correct. So that is the world record was for the highest altitude half marathon run, and we were the chosen 75 runners who had to be in Leh for a period of 9 to 10 days, and there was a perfect schedule set up by the organizers. Running 21 kilometers was definitely not a challenge, but the conditions were. For me, since this run was scheduled to start at 9 a.m., but for some reason it started at 10:15. So as a runner, I am, like I said, I rise early and start running. With the kind of strength training and body weight I have, I need to eat at frequent intervals when it comes to running. So that went for a toss maybe at this event, which I was not comfortable with because of the varying start times. I understand this was the first event and they wanted to make it big, which was good. But at the same time, it did affect my running as well. So it started at 10:15. So it ended at my run. I took around 2 hours and 50 minutes to finish the run. So throughout the run, I was hungry, and that was the only part that kept annoyed me, you could say. But yeah, I was sticking to the hydration, checkpoints, sipping water at every time I felt like, and ate whatever I felt like, and I kept it slow, so just to enjoy how it is and how much more can I learn by lasting on this ice. So I even tried to just remove my gloves to see if there's a frostbite happening. I'm just trying to learn all that stuff. So because I did have Like I said, these ice marathons and ice ultras that are happening across the globe. This was a good opportunity to learn all that you need to learn when it comes to ice running.
Right, right. I'm sure that would have been a mesmerizing view along with, running long distance of running on a frozen lake.
Yes, it was. Just at the view, we just after the run we sat and took the view, not during the run because it was definitely raising hell for us during the run.
So the lake was a frozen lake, as I've already read about, and I got to know about this from you as well. Did you have any fear of that ice or the lake breaking by any chance while having that run at the back of your mind also? Because that could be a probability. You have so many people running on that same, it's a lake at the end of the day.
No, the reason being the organizers who were actually organizing the run were well versed with what they're doing. And this run, which is organized by Chamba, he himself is a ice hockey player, and they organize hockey tournaments on the same lake during winters. So they knew exactly what they were doing, and they were also calculating the depth of the ice on that lake at frequent intervals to ensure the ice does not crack at any point of time. And they had marked the routes which had to be followed and not crossed. So all those instructions and guidelines were in place, and there was a rescue team who were always available if there's a rescue required. So yeah, and apart from that, we had good support from the Indian Army, who were at every checkpoint, and they were also manning the route, and keeping an eye on every runner who may need help during the run. Yeah, so I was not so worried about the surface cracking or anything as such. Yeah.
Okay, that's great. And that wraps up our icy adventure with Yuvraj. Running on a frozen lake? It doesn't get any cooler than that. But hang on, don't lace up those running shoes yet, as in our next episode, we are shifting gears. From diverse terrain training to conquering epic challenges and even the unexpected secrets of ultra running, we've got it all covered. Make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you do not miss out on any of the exciting episodes of Race Above FitCast, powered by Easier, Health Now, Education Now, Pay Later. Stay curious, stay dedicated, and let Race Above guide you to success.